as it stands. And they have no utility, which suggests to me it's going to be run, it's going to be gun, it's going to be explosives.
Oh, okay. And they're going into the crosshair of Major as well. A man that's always been sick on pistols, but this time around he feels a bit sick. Shut down by boros. Oh, boros good for 2. That's the sort of start you want for a player like boros.
It most certainly is, and that puts XANTARES onto his back foot. Right now, Eternal Fire struggling, just the one player remaining, which will be Wakadia. Sunpias in the meanwhile, though, will be going up against boros. Actually, it's not. That's Wakadia. I was getting confused there.
Having a few opportunities coming his way. We need to see him have that resurgence and deal some damage. Early 1-for-1 trades, but the boros show continues as the Butcher Blade comes out and he carves a path into the A site with a Mach 10. Man's making some mean moves as well, just slicing his way through everyone, Vince.
Yeah, he's loving these early rounds. 6 kills already, padding those stats, but in very important rounds against Force Buys, against pistols. These are legit rounds, and now Sunpias on the approach. XANTARES gets slumped. But it is Snappy that's pushing forward here into the site itself. Magisk takes point, the MP9 spray down, not there, and Snappy and Magisk both pick up 1.
Oh, cleaning house. Mop a bucket take towards the A site with no casualty. Man, it's hard to call right now. I think current form does a lot, right? Because woxic's one of those where if he's on Vince, I think he really could go toe-to-toe in the middle of a cell. Into this round, he's already found some impact as Madden gets blown away. And this is the best start we've seen from Eternal Fire, Vince. Minute and 20 on the clock. 3 players remain for Falcons. They're trying to make their move in through main, but XANTARES picks up 2 towards outside.
As flashes through into the garage, Magisk goes in for the peak, but Wakadia there to repel him swiftly. Not a single casualty on the side of Eternal Fire. Even Major is the kind of player that when big games come around, he is there and he often will deliver with more kills than you expect him to. Wakadia to kick things off, those Magisk just go walkies through the squeaky area by himself. Trying to catch that timing, but all he does is catch a bullet to the dome, and Sunpias on the cross has been plucked out by woxic.
Noise giving away some of the information for free as well. An exchange of nades. Madden still lurks, waiting for his opportunity to be the linchpin in the round. Meanwhile, the Org of Calyx could find some huge frags, but his head gets popped. boros back up to his old tricks. Slays the first and opens up the site, Vince.
It's going to be a very important post-plant now. If nothing else, just to tick the economy forward for the T's, but they have lost Madden. Puts it down to Snappy and boros. 7-1 currently. But with 38 HP by his name, he's going to need Snappy to at least draw away some of that fire. See if he can get a kill from the IGL. And instead, boros goes down, so it's all upon the shoulders of Snappy. Experience and veterancy certainly going to be on his side, but 3 players, and they know roughly where he is. Molotov down, but it's too shallow, not going to affect him too much. A second kill comes through, but it could buy time for the defuse. It forces Snappy out into the open, and woxic makes short work of him.
It kind of is cool to watch him play, but instead, we arrived here. Nuke was the battlefield, and already the clash has been quite close. XANTARES switching up his position as he pushes up. Finds the initial frags, and Pius has been removed. Oh, the spam down as well, giving him some information, but woxic shoots straight through the smoke and lays out boros. And he's first in to give the boost so they can fight towards outside. Oh, peek towards Squeaky, though, doesn't work well. As Major falls, Magisk opens it up.
Already opting to get aggressive outside. XANTARES peeks into boros. And you mentioned he's quite the beast with the deagle, and he shows firsthand that those few pistol kills they got in the very first, they weren't flukes.
Goes a little bit shallow. Meanwhile, they're going in for the fast play towards the A site. He scales up towards heaven. At the back of the bomb site, Wakadia tries to make the moves with the M4. Straight through the smoke, he's slain. As boros has picked up another one, Vince. And the round goes down with it.
It's coming in. Molotov tossed in as well. Gonna get extinguished instantly. Sunpias up on red. Oh, the flick is off. Those are the kind of shots he can't miss. And they're gonna get so punished off the back of this one as well. XANTARES gets a second.
You let XANTARES continuously take fights, things are going to fall to pieces. They got into the A site, but they've got to rotate off quickly. So you've got info, at least on the location of one. Madden right on the cusp, the precipice of pushing his way up the ramp and hits the head of XANTARES.
And Calyx, who was weakened by Magisk, has now been finished off, but woxic does bounce back, putting all that pressure on the very capable shoulders of Magisk. You will need to make a couple of these players disappear as fast as possible. Smoke in his eyes, though. That's going to delay this. There's no chance. The timer's already run out. Majors can run through this one, but he gets shut down from Major. It's going to be so close, but they have it done.
And get the re-smoke off as well, so timing on this is going to be pretty dangerous here. Molotovs lined up on the skylight, but they run in through the door. Can't quite clear their angles, and XANTARES again decimates on contact with 2. Vince, the whole round has gone up in a puff of smoke. XANTARES up to his old tricks, calls in for the nade from his teammate, breaks the smoke, pre-fire spam going across. They're starting to get peppered. woxic, he's been the barber in this situation. Vince giving out free haircuts, but no short back and sides this time. It'll instead be XANTARES that gets the opening pick, and they bombard their way down into the crosshair of Bucardia, waiting for contact, but loses out after 1.
That's a really nicely placed Molotov, though. It's done a lot of damage to these oncoming Ts. Entry is good from Majors, but there is the man again, the turret of XANTARES. Spitting bullets. And sealing the round up onto Snappy as well.
He's already in position, suspecting a potential fast A on this one.
Major holding out the Molotov, waiting for the push. Here come the flashes, and Molly's in as well. Everyone's blinded. No one can see a damn thing, but XANTARES again is shifting through the frags. 3 quick fire kills for him, and Major secures the full house. Oh, XANTARES in that early peek was anticipating that Silo could get peeked into as well. He had the right idea, but boros had read the script. Dusts away XANTARES before he can find main to retreat into. woxic in the meanwhile, in the smoke, hearing footsteps, and strikes like a coiled viper. Suddenly it's Eternal Fire that have the advantage in this round, and it's gone from better to even deadlier as far as Falcons are concerned. They get one back, but it's only Sunpius. He goes for the slow peek and gets punished down from the former Snappy. And woxic doubles up to give an 8-4 lead to Eternal Fire come that second half. But let's see if Eternal Fire can get it done here in the pistol.
Oh, instant dink city. Population Madden. As woxic slays with the Glock. XANTARES inside of the hut as well, Vince. He's starting to get a bit antsy. He wants to go for the plays, but the CTs turn up with 2.
Snappy in the meanwhile, though, with those Julies, going to try and put them down range. Does a lot of damage to Calyx, but he's able to find some reprieve and sanctuary down on the vents. And woxic in the meanwhile, going to be going in for that plant. So that's suddenly thrown a real wrench in the works here as far as Falcons are concerned. They felt pretty comfortable. Now they're going to be drawn out from woxic. There's a flank going around into ramp as well. That's going to be Calyx this time, but boros, a very important kill. If woxic could have picked up 1, that could have really put this one into a difficult round for Falcons. As it stands, though, Calyx at range, who was already low, gets finalized, and a comfortable defuse. Majors is watching for this one. The smoke is cleared, but XANTARES once again. We mentioned on the T side he would be a real threat, a real nuisance, and so far Calyx is also having tons of impact. XANTARES may have keyed it up, but Calyx comes through with the slam dunk on the Deke. Sunpius and boros can do very little in this round. You can just say Sunpius now.
boros is walking up, going for the contact peek off his teammate's flashbang. That's sick. Hits the headshot instantly onto Major, completely white. No room to respond with the MAT 10. It's an opening frag. It's exactly what you want for boros. But the response, Vince, the reaction is to start to creep their way forward outside. Sunpius, though, the hero M4 sings for only 1.
Spray from woxic, but it's woxic that shuts down Snappy outside.
Molly removes his opportunity to strike again. woxic moving in, but through the smoke, boros chimes in with another deagle kill. Suddenly, you're the one with the advantage. It's a 3 versus 2, but they've got to clear up high, lying in wait on the elevated position. Bucardia strikes down, hammer to the head of boros. And Magisk with a deagle puts it in a 1v1, Vince. Time to work with. Slips onto the back of the bomb site. Nades for days, though, and the Molotov makes it awkward. He's trying to edge on the side of it. Wanted to commit to the bomb plant, but no time to work with. It's slipping away from him. And he realizes he's got to force himself into a position to be peaked and then get the stick going. No need to fight into it. Runs round the corner. He might get the frag, but the round itself is gone.
Another one has been erected into main. But tread lightly, Eternal Fire, because there are deagles in play again, and Magisk, who was anticipating a push up close, gets 1, but that may not be good enough because he had the only rifle, but they could be getting flanked from Secret. Does anyone realize this is a possibility? May not matter.
Outnumbered, 4 versus 3, and in good positions, boros peeks in, and it is night-night from woxic.
Outnumbered, outgunned, but Sunpius is keeping a tiny thread alive. In terms of the round, it's already done. I think what they were looking for was exit frags and allowing the bomb to do most of the work for them. as they know the economy of Eternal Fire isn't exactly brimming to the full. Oh, Major's going through. He's going in for that clean entry. And he gets onto Mad and puts all the pressure on Majors, who cannot pass. Oh, it's just systematic shutdown from Eternal Fire. Raising and pillaging the site once more. St. Pius with a consolation kill and nothing else. Jackie, quite simply put, Falcons, it's do or die. 7 rounds in a row, or you're in the 1 and 2 bracket.
Oh, and it's a cheeky maneuver. They're going for the fast play. They bombard out on the A bomb site. They want to finish it right here, right now. And with the opening 2 frags, Vince, they put themselves into a damn good position to do just that. Boros eats the HE. It's not a very healthy breakfast. Through the smoke, Snappy gets slain. And Falcons, their wings have been clipped. Eternal Fire are burning bright, Vince.
St. Pius with it all to do in a 1-on-4. Is going to cut that by 25%, but his health, even at 100, is outshone by the 3 remaining Turks that he has to fight off against. And on top of that, as if that wasn't bad enough, there's a bomb as well, but Eternal Fire shut it down 13-5 and make it look so easy in the process.